It's BSTV, the finest meat cast you ever did see. Absolutely silly, absolutely grand, with wisecracks flying and the meat close at hand. So tune in, watch out, laugh till you drop, and don't forget to stop by the shop. It's Luke and Eric and a carnivore crowd, serving up meat news tasty and loud.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends the world over, thank you for joining us today. And please get rid of that. Would you get rid of that? And welcome to, it's episode 115 of the absolutely amazing series known as Butcher Shop Television. Today is Wednesday, July 16, 2025, and we are broadcasting live from, where are we, Luke?
Smack dab in the middle of Jacob's Meat Market.
Smack dab in the middle.
Smack dab,
Of
yes.
Jacob in Appleton, Wisconsin?
Yes.
That's what I heard.
That hasn't changed.
Today is Wednesday, July 16, 2025. My name is Eric, and with me, of course, the star of the show, the man himself, Mr. Luke Jacobs, the mayor of Meatville.
You can call me Pinky, I guess.
Pinky.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how they got there, but it's Pinky and the Brain, and you are unfamiliar with
Very
Pinky and the
unfamiliar,
Brain.
yes.
This is a travesty.
Is it?
Yes, we need to educate you on your cartoons,
Could you?
I guess. Yeah.
Could you?
I can't.
You can't.
I can't. Well, I'll find a
apparently you
YouTube.
know who Pinky and the Brain
Yeah,
are,
I'll find
'cause
some
you were-
YouTube videos,
Okay.
and I'll send them your way.
Okay.
And then you too will enjoy Pinky and the Brain. Do you say you know SpongeBob?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah.
You've never really watched SpongeBob?
Not a
Oh.
ton, no.
Do you like cartoons?
I do like cartoons,
You
yes.
like Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah, is that
They're
like Tom and Jerry?
Only better.
Oh.
Only better.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's more modern.
Oh.
Modern.
Okay.
I'm going to tell everybody what we're doing today because we have a lot to cover.
Okay.
You're going to check the comments?
Yeah. I was going to slowly
You're going to
do it. Yeah. but-
surreptitiously, but I didn't.
Yes.
In this episode, we'll go over our location, news, events, and weather. We have a special guest.
We do.
We do. Kim from Mile of Music
Yes.
is here and watching us.
And watching,
We have a
yes.
live
She
studio
just took
audience.
a picture too. I don't
Did
know.
she take a picture?
Yeah. Did
Wow.
she approve of that from you?
Did she approve of that from me? I
Did
don't
she
know.
get your
She
approval?
didn't get
for
my
that?
approval.
No.
If that's
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll go over the Meat Market mailer, weekly specials, special upcoming days,
Mm-hmm.
a winner of last week's contest, and I'm not sure. Would you like to do another
Oh,
contest?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's dive right in. Your lucky number today is 162.
162. So last time I recall, that's the number of bratwursts that fit inside of a tuba, a regular sized tuba.
First of all, I don't. That's not what I'm thinking. But
No?
But if that is true, I'd like to know how you know that.
Well, you have to dunk them in water first.
Dunk them in water.
Just like that Joey and the chestnut or whatever. You know, you have to dunk them in the water so that they slide, and then you have
And then-
to.
oh, you have to move it.
Yeah, you put them in the big side.
You're
not
talking
to
about the marching band tuba, the sousaphone, or the tuba in an orchestra that is kind of
Yeah,
either one.
the gold one.
The gold one.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, just
Could
push
you
him
just
over.
push me
Yes.
out of it? Everybody else does.
You'll do the show a favor. 162 brats fit in a tuba. Well,
Yes.
We should do a
Jacob's
contest.
brats.
Jacob's brats, of course.
I haven't tried any other
Why would you?
brand. I mean,
Why would you?
I don't know where to get them.
Coincidentally, and ironically enough, it's also the number of days till Christmas.
Oh, really?
I am bringing that up.
162.
106 because it's getting closer and closer, and I don't want anybody to be
It's
surprised.
like 200. We're 200 days from the last Christmas already.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Time is flying.
It
It's
is,
already
yes.
July.
Yes.
For anyone who may not know, Luke, please tell me where I am. Smack
physically?
dab in the middle.
Physically, you are at Jacob's Meat Market
Yeah.
on the corner of Law and Pacific Street
Law and
in
Pacific.
Appleton, Wisconsin. About halfway between beautiful Orange University and
Amazing
the,
Avalon.
the ever there Appian.
The ever there.
Yes.
So you're
been
on.
there a while.
You're on Law Street.
Law, yes.
At
It's
Pacific.
still open.
Still open. Well,
So-
that's
so
in the
are-
news.
oh, is it? Okay,
That's in the
okay,
news.
okay.
We will get there.
We will. I'm not sure if anybody's actually watching. There's no comments yet.
So many people are watching.
Yes.
They're just gobsmacked.
They're who?
They're gobsmacked. They're shocked that the show is so good.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that.
Here we go. Here we go. See, this
That
is why
group.
people don't watch.
That's why that.
What group is that? The Gobsmackers?
No,
No.
that the punk rock band.
Then they have a name,
Yeah.
and they're called?
Oh, Godsmack. That's what
Oh,
it is.
Godsmack. Now, see,
Godsmack, yeah.
you know punk rocks. I know cartoons.
Yeah, apparently.
What's going on here?
Apparently.
I have a piece of news.
You
a
do?
news
A
item.
piece?
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody said hello, so let's take a break and
Oh,
say.
okay. Okay. Oh, Gorillagram.
Oh,
A little
Gorillagram.
magic. Balloon
is
Magic,
watching.
is watching. They commented, "Hi guys," and Pinky and the Brain, LOL.
LOL.
Yeah, they
Very
haven't
popular.
heard of them either.
Very popular. You gonna go back there? I have a picture I'd like you to
You do?
explain.
Okay.
This came to me from an unknown source,
Unknown.
but
okay.
I think you'll be able to explain it.
Yes. Oh, that is my daughter
That
Emma
is your
that
daughter
we had
Emma.
talked about last
Oh,
week.
happy birthday! Oh, and she was taking a driver's test.
She was taking her
on
driver's
Monday.
test, yes, and she passed.
It looks like it went well.
Yes.
I don't see
Yes.
tears.
Right, right. There's a big
There's
smile.
a big Jacob's smile.
Yes, right, right. So, so I saw her this morning as well, and she had an even bigger smile because she was in the car by herself,
Driving?
without anybody else, and she had just, yeah.
Where did you see her? Zooming by on the street?
Well, I was going to take a picture of her coming into my driveway, but the windows were so tinted that it wouldn't look like anybody else.
Your windows or her
Hers,
windows?
hers, yes, yes.
Well, congratulations,
So
Emma.
yes, congratulations, Emma.
A new driver on
Yes.
the streets
Yes,
And-
and some sidewalks.
and some sidewalks. I was going to ask, have you provided her? Did you provide her any lessons leading up to the test?
I did actually. I went.
No, you personally. Were you the instructor
I was the morning of.
the morning of?
Yeah, the morning
And-
of. We went
and-
in the area that the test was going to
Okay.
be taken, the unmarked intersection that everybody's always worried about, and
And I
failing.
hesitate to ask because I know how you drive, but
Yes.
in your opinion, how is her driving skill?
Her driving skill is how it should have been for the test.
How it should have been for the test?
Now, going forward,
Now you're gonna teach her
now
how to
that
really-
now that she has her test done and passed, now she can
Now she can do whatever she wants.
kind of, yeah.
You know, whatever Dad does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny how, like, leading up to the first 16 years of their life, you know, they're just in the car, they're just looking over, they're not really paying attention. Now they get a phone, and then they're really not paying attention to how you're driving, where you're going, what the landmarks are around town, or, you know, whatever. And then you tell them, well, just take a left by McDonald's, or take a right by, you know, JD's or something like
Yes.
that. And they're like, I'm just going to plug it into my phone.
Yeah. It'll tell me
Like,
what to do.
Yeah, yeah. You can stop right there. Just tell me the address. I'll get
Yeah,
there.
I didn't have. I wrote things. You used to have to call places. How do
Right.
I get to you? And
Yeah.
then write it down and take that piece of paper in the car with you.
Right. And then there was MapQuest,
And there would-
where if you were going from here to Minneapolis or something like that, you would print off the
That's
directions.
true. That was.
Yeah.
But I did have paper maps were a
Right.
thing too.
Yeah.
And then came an internet and MapQuest, and you'd print that off. It
Yes.
wouldn't go with you.
Right. Right. But the problem was that when you took a wrong turn, or you forgot
Yeah,
a turn
it
or
doesn't
something
help
like
you.
that, then you're
Didn't
like,
help you.
apparently I have to go back and find Buchanan Street.
Well,
or,
I didn't do it often, but you could, back in the day, stop and ask for directions.
yeah. Right.
But men don't do that a lot, but
No.
occasionally.
No, they would never.
Never,
They
never.
would.
I have big news.
You do?
Big news.
Okay.
As you may recall, the last I heard from the mayor was that they
Mm-hmm.
were going to close Law Street on the 28th of July.
Correct.
And so I was using Law Street just yesterday, and I saw the big signs. I
Yes.
imagine you've seen them as
I
well.
have, yes.
That are advertising, notifying of the fact that Law Street will be closed on the 21st, which is this coming Monday.
Right. The
And-
week before the 28th.
That's a whole week before, so they're ahead of schedule for closing streets around here. Which,
Well, from my understanding,
You
that
have-
is. So I got an update.
Oh, you did?
Via mail, not
Snail
electronic
mail?
snail
Snail
mail.
mail.
Yes. So they sent me something saying that it was going to be the 28th, that they were going to start on things. So this sign says that it's going to be the 21st for trees.
long term. Oh, for trees.
Yeah, for tree removal.
Tree removal.
Yes.
Okay.
So then I don't know if it's going to be intermittently open from the 21st to the
It
28th,
says
or
the
what
sign
exactly it is.
specifically says closing on the 21st, long term.
Right.
And I was asking myself, what's the difference between long term and indefinitely?
Right.
It's
Well-
kind of interchangeable.
Indefinitely would be that they're never going to open it again, right?
Well, they could though. Long term, indefinitely, they don't know when they're going to open it.
Right.
But they do plan to.
Right. So, from my understanding, they're going to do the underground work this year, and then in the
Okay,
fall,
so we get to do
they
this
would
again.
blacktop it
Okay.
so that they could plow it, so people could actually use the street, so it's not a dust bowl. And then
Next
next
year,
year, pick up the
do all the
blacktop
stuff.
and pave it with.
Do
actual
you know,
concrete.
because I do not, are they closing it all the way so that you can't even use the cross streets?
I think at some points they are.
Okay. So we
but
do not
I-
know if
Right.
Pacific will be open.
Correct. Correct.
Might
I would
be
rely on not using
not
Pacific
using it.
Street. Right.
So if you usually use Law to get here, just use Mead,
Yes.
which is 1 block to our east.
Correct.
And instead of turning left or right, turn right or left.
Right. Yeah. The opposite.
From whichever direction you're coming.
Right.
I'm going to move on then.
Okay.
Because Saturday and Sunday, July 26th and 27th, is the 65th annual Art at the Park at City Park. Now the street will be closed. Law Street will be closed.
Okay.
And I remember Art at the Park.
Apparently, it will be closed.
True, it hasn't
Yes,
happened yet.
right.
They've played this game before.
Right.
City Park, Saturday and Sunday, Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4. Have you ever been to Art at the Park?
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Yeah.
I have gone
I think
on
I
purpose.
was walking somewhere and it just happened to be
I've
going
gone.
on.
I've been there once by accident, once on purpose, once again because I liked it, and I don't think I have to go again because I didn't see anything new.
Oh, okay.
So
You think it's the same old stuff every
I think
year?
it's the same stuff.
Not same old stuff.
If you've never seen it, it's great.
Right.
The first time I went, I liked it,
For sure.
and the second time, I liked it.
Sure.
The third time, it
Were
was
there
the same stuff.
Were there food trucks? I feel like I went
There
there.
were food trucks.
Only because there were food trucks there.
There were food trucks. I
Okay.
did not partake of the food,
Okay.
and
How
I
about
tried
the trucks?
or the trucks.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions? Anyway,
Keep
that's
talking,
at the
I'll
end of the
ask
month.
some questions. Okay.
Then we have something called Mile of Music. Are you familiar with that?
I've heard of it.
Mile of Music is July 31st to August 3rd, downtown Appleton. How many artists do you think?
I think all of them.
All of them. How many
Yeah.
would that be in the number?
147.
200. In fact, I think it says over 200 artists.
Really?
40 venues and one great Mile of Music.
Wow.
One. I wonder if it's still.
Is that a
Is
slogan?
it really? It is their tagline.
Yeah, okay.
Is it really just 1 mile? We should ask him.
We should.
She may not know, but she could make something up on the spot, couldn't
I'm sure she will.
And one last event is our Summer Blood Drive, which happens in August on the 8th. That's a Friday.
Correct.
From 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. I think we mentioned it last week, and I said there would be a graphic
Link,
that could be
yeah.
clicked. You called it a hyperlink.
Yes.
Click the graphic at Jacob's
for
Meat
paying
Market. Well, it was so odd. It's stuck in my head. It's there.
Okay.
What I didn't know last week when we talked about it is that at the same time as the blood drive, there will be a brat fry in the parking lot.
Correct.
Which, I'm a fan of the brat fry.
Yes, of course.
But if you donate blood, each donor will get a free brat from the brat fry.
Right.
Plus something else. Do you remember what that other thing is?
Chance to win a gift card.
Yes, not just a, but we're giving away 2 gift cards.
giving away
so
2
you
gift
kind of
cards,
get
but
2
you
chances.
can only get one.
You can only win once, but
Yes.
you get 2 chances.
Right.
A $75 gift card to where?
The best meat market in town.
Which would be? Jacob's Meat Market. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So that's, how do you make an appointment? Let's see if you're paying
You
attention.
can go to our website,
Okay.
jacobsmeatmarket.com, and on the homepage on the bottom, there's a graphic that you can just click on, and it'll take you right to the scheduling
I think it
page
actually says
of
click
Community
here
Blood
to make
Center.
an appointment.
Yeah. You could probably also go to communityblood.org.
You can, but you have
But
to
you
do
have
some
to
more
find-
clicking.
yeah, it's
if you
just
go
easier
to
to
your
go to
website, it takes you right where you
jacobsmeatmarket.com. We
need
have
to
a
go.
website?
You do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do. Well, more on that later.
Okay.
In the meantime, would you like to look at the weather?
I would love to today.
Oh, it's a day, all right. I got
man.
a notice this morning from the National Weather Service.
You did?
Yeah. Just so you know.
Oh, okay,
They
perfect.
said it was cloudy with a chance
Oh.
of bacon.
Really?
Yeah.
The meatballs are gone for the day?
I said, are you sure it's not bologna? Because it's BSTV.
Yeah, right.
Anything in the comments?
No.
No. It's an,
Barb's here though.
Barb's here.
Yeah.
In person.
Well, according to the to the comments.
I'm going to put the little "Be Right Back" sign so
Yes,
that I can
would you?
switch places with
Would
our
you?
special guest. If I can find it, I'm going to do that.
It's BRB. And we are back. We are back. So Kim from Mile Music, thank you very much for coming down.
Thanks
I
for
really
having
appreciate
me.
it.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, so that we're talking about Mile Music, obviously.
Yep.
So when is the event?
The event starts on July 31st, so
Okay.
2 weeks from tomorrow,
Okay.
and then goes through August 3rd, so 4 days
Okay.
at the end of July, beginning of August.
Okay, so 4 days of chaos for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little bit.
Probably the more chaos is leading up to the actual event.
I would say so, and then
Yeah.
Ideally we're smooth sailing once it starts.
Right. You just turn your phone off and you just.
Yeah, do not disturb.
Right. Right.
Find me if you need me.
Yeah, right. I will be not where you're looking.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So what is your role with Milo Music?
So I kind of have everybody on our team. We're a small team. So we all kind of do a lot of different things for each other, but my actual title is social media promotions and engagement.
Okay.
It's a whole lot of words.
Wow.
But I also coordinate
Sounds really
volunteers too.
responsible.
Yeah, I try.
Okay. So you also coordinate volunteers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So we have about 500 volunteers each year, which is
Wow.
amazing, and we have a really loyal group of volunteers, which is awesome too. So we have positions like beverage sales, beverage serving, merchandise sales, just really all sorts of different things that people don't necessarily think about
Sure.
making it happen, but that are needed. So,
Okay.
yep.
So how does somebody sign up to volunteer for a Mile of Music? And is it a long process? They have to go through hoops
Background
and stuff.
check.
Yeah,
No.
background checks and stuff like that.
Social security number, all
Right,
that stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah.
no, it's a super easy process. We have a website, mileofmusic.com.
You have a website?
We do.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
And if you get into the volunteer page on there, it sends you through the link to sign up.
Okay.
Just need your name, t-shirt size,
Okay.
all that good
Oh,
stuff.
you get a free T-shirt?
Yeah, heck
Oh,
yeah.
wow! Sign me up. So, how long are the shifts typically? It probably depends on what you do or what your availability
Yeah,
is.
we try
but-
to go between 2 and 4 hours, so it's
Okay.
relatively manageable because we know people want to go out and enjoy it and
Right.
not just spend their whole day volunteering. So.
Okay, so it ranges from maybe pouring beverages
Yep.
to working a door at a venue, or what?
We don't have too much of that.
Okay.
I would say more of it is like we have merchandise sales, what you mentioned, pouring beer or doing the transaction of, how many beers do you want?
Sure.
And then I'm trying to think what else off the top of my head. But yeah, we focus more on like the Jones Park, Houdini Plaza, Lawrence Lawn venues, but we do have some door positions at like the Lawrence Chapel too.
Okay.
So, yep.
Okay. And I'm assuming that there is some training as far as, if somebody's never done it before, you can, show up maybe
sure.
before a shift and I don't know, if you just observe what other people are doing ahead of
Yeah.
you and that's going to be your job, or
A little bit of both, and
Okay.
that's something that we've kind of worked through over the years because a lot of it is like hands-on.
Sure.
But we have some really great venue leads at all of our different stages who kind of show the ropes to anybody who's uncertain or uncomfortable
Sure.
or just isn't, has questions, anything like that. So we try to make
Okay.
it really easy, kind of show up 15 minutes before and jump right in.
Sure. Okay. Milo Music is a little background is that it's all original music.
Yep.
So you're not going to hear covers. You're not going to
Correct.
hear Bon Jovi. You're not going to hear Neil Diamond or anything like that. Why is it so important for Milo Music to stick to all original music?
Yeah, I think that's kind of been one of our pillars from the start, and it's nothing against cover bands. We all attend events that
Yeah,
have cover bands
of course,
too,
yeah.
especially in this area. But I think, everybody has their thing, and that's just kind of been one of our things that we want to stick to.
Sure.
And with the artist culture that's developed, especially in the Fox cities, like since this event started, we want to keep fostering that
Right.
energy too, and give people a place to perform their original music.
Sure.
Yep.
So the thing that's the thing that I kind of like about it, and that's the thing that I like
I'm
when
glad.
I go to a concert. I want to sing along and
Yeah,
I want to
yep.
know the songs and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I think that you guys have done a great job with your app. You have an app
Yeah, thank you.
to really engage the people into getting to know the artists and
Yeah.
maybe finding out more about what genre they are,
Yep.
or maybe linking to their website or their socials or something like that, so you can actually listen to their music before you go and see them, so that you can sing along with
Right.
their music.
I'm exactly the same way, where like I want to know at least a couple songs. I'm not going to know every
Sure.
song, but we have some the app is a great resource for that because it, like you said, can go right to Spotify. And then you can kind of read about them. And if you're not looking to, pigeonhole yourself into genres too, it's another great way to look on the Spotify playlist. And I usually just have it up in the background and I'll make notes of,
Sure.
this one caught my attention.
Sure.
So
Once in a while, we do play that on our
awesome.
Spotify here.
Love
And I'm like, I don't think I heard of this song before, but it's catchy, and who sings this, or what is this? Maybe I can add it to my regular playlist or whatever. So
Love
that's a really cool way for artists to get exposure
Absolutely.
that they maybe don't normally have because they're maybe not on the radio or whatever.
Right.
So I really like that feature that I'm sure took a lot for you guys in the background to put together.
Our app developer is awesome. I'm not going to take credit. I didn't do any of the technology, but
so Ian, who works here, he said that you did all of that.
Oh shoot, yeah, I do. We have a great app developer, and Ian and I both do a lot of work behind the scenes to get that all up. But I can't take the technology credit from them.
So is the app just called Mile of Music?
Yep, if you search Mile of Music in both app stores, Google and Apple.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
It's free.
Awesome. And so can you tell us a little bit more about the app? You can see the venues, you can see who's playing at what venues, so you can kind of map out.
Yeah. You can make your own schedule.
Yes, exactly. So you can do that right in the app too, can't you?
And you can also favorite artists too. So if you're just going through, let's say you're going through the Spotify playlist, and you like an artist, but you're not sure you want to add them to your schedule yet, you can favorite them, and then it'll kind of show their shows on your schedule, and then you can actually add them to your schedule if you choose.
Okay.
You can share your schedule with friends if you want as well, which is kind of cool.
That's really cool.
Just a really good opportunity and what's also nice about it is if there are changes during, which fingers crossed, there aren't too many,
Sure.
It changes right on there in real time. So,
Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
So you have artists from the area.
Yes.
How many artists do you have from the area versus from? I mean, I was watching somebody from Nashville.
Yep.
I think there was somebody from Texas that was here last year. How do you coordinate, and how many artists are from around here versus from further reach?
Great question. We have about 45% of our lineup is Wisconsin based.
Wow.
It's probably closer to 52 if you add in
52?
Yeah, actually maybe.
Okay.
If you add in artists who used to live here and now live somewhere else or have direct ties to the Fox cities like that. So that's been a big goal for us, is to leave that between 40 and 45% each year, the last few years at least. So I think we're right around that 45% this year.
Okay.
But then we also have artists from 4 different countries and 25 different states, I think.
Wow.
So it's a great representation of all sorts of different people.
Sure. So typically, does word get out that this festival is happening and artists reach out to you, or do you guys reach out to artists and say, hey, this is happening?
Definitely both.
Both? Okay.
So we do an artist submission process. This year, in past years, it's been in November. I think this coming year it'll be September, October.
Okay.
So we open that up for a few days. People can submit. That also helps us get kind of a roster of people who might want to play here throughout the year as well.
Okay.
And then we also, now after this year, we'll have about 1,200 returning artists.
Wow.
So that's a pool to choose from. We have about 100 artists each year to pick from that are returning. So obviously that pool is getting larger, but we still have the same amount. And so a lot of those artists, that are still performing want to come back, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then we also work with agents and independent artists too to book them.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you have approximately 40 venues.
Yep.
So did it start on College Avenue and it was like a mile long? Is that what the premise of Mile of Music is?
Yeah.
And you just have added other venues around?
Yeah, so I think a lot of our venues that are in right now, I mean, some of them have changed hands or changed names or whatnot, but a lot of the venues that are in right now were in the first year, which is really cool. I think it's technically 1.2 miles, but that doesn't have the same ring to it. So.
Well, okay.
You heard it here, though.
Yeah, right. Okay. So this is number what for the mile?
This is 12.
Number 12.
Yes.
Okay. Because I've seen shirts throughout the year. It's really cool seeing
Yep.
shirts throughout the year. Mile 6.
This is a 10.
10.
Mile
Okay.
10. Yep.
Okay. All right. So it's really cool to see the shirts, and
Yeah.
it's sometimes volunteers that are wearing them. Sometimes it's people that bought a shirt or whatever. So
Yep.
it's really cool to see the progression of the mile shirts.
Well, thank
and,
you.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
So where do you need the most, getting back to the volunteers,
Yep.
so where do you need the most volunteers? Is it just in general? Is it Friday nights? Is it Sunday afternoons?
I would
Is
say
it-
Saturday night is always kind of our biggest, I think, because people are like, I'll just go enjoy it.
Right.
But, when you go to a place like Jones Park, Houdini, if we don't have volunteers there, things are going to be slower, and obviously we're, working to make sure that doesn't happen. So I would say Saturday night bar serving, or I should say beer serving and sales
Okay.
would be our biggest need
Okay.
right now. Yep.
So you have, where are the mile outdoor venues? They're Jones Park.
Jones Park, Houdini, Lawrence Lawn, which is right on the main green of Lawrence campus,
Okay.
or right outside of Main Hall, I should say.
Okay.
Those are the three.
Okay.
And then we also have like the chapel that we consider a main stage. Don't do alcohol sales there, but
But
that's
you can
still
bring some in, right?
No.
If they don't catch you.
well, yeah, if they don't
Okay,
catch you,
okay.
I guess. No.
So there's also an outdoor stage, a large outdoor stage behind Emmett's, is it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they do
so
their
that's,
parking lot.
So that's an Emmett's deal,
Yes.
and that's not a mile.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
it's a mile
Same with
sanctioned
Spats.
or
They we consider it a main stage, but they manage it. They
Okay.
get the bartenders and
Okay.
all of that, which is wonderful.
That's really nice
They do
for
a great
them
job.
to create their own volunteers or
Yeah,
paid
and,
people or
and just
whatever,
their
so-
own vibe too. It's,
Sure.
They all do a great job.
Yes. So what is your favorite venue?
Ooh, that's a
Do
really
you,
good question.
I'm assuming that you throughout the mile you go to all these venues just to
I
make
try
sure that it's
to.
there. Maybe,
Yes.
Yeah, probably don't hit them all
Yeah.
because you have snags here, snags there,
Yep.
whatever. But like, what is your favorite that you maybe top 3? So
Okay.
you probably don't want to name just
No,
one.
it's
or
okay.
whatever,
I can name it.
Okay.
That's kind of cool. We all have our different favorites too.
Yeah.
Fox River House is a great one. Just like the patio vibe. Lawrence Lawn I actually really like too. It gets a little warm during the day, and we admit that, but
Sure.
at night it's perfect, and you can bring lawn chairs, concert blankets, all that stuff. And Jones Park is a good vibe too. I guess
Yeah.
I'm going with the outdoor theme, but
Sure.
lots of really great indoor venues too.
Okay. Do you guys do anything during the year? I think there was something a couple weeks ago. It was like a mile sanctioned
Yep.
event or whatever. Like, what kind of things do you guys do during the year to, I don't know,
Yeah.
keep it? I don't know if it's to keep your
Yeah.
top of mind.
I think it's a little bit of that, and just we have a lot of artists that we can't invite back during the festival. So
Sure.
if we have other opportunities to bring them back, we'd love to have them. We work very closely with Gibson Music Hall, which is a great indoor venue. So they bring a lot of artists back throughout the year. We have our weekly concerts in the courtyard, which is actually tonight. I don't think it will be in the courtyard given the forecast.
Okay.
I think we'll move into the hotel for that.
Okay.
And that's featuring 2 Mile alumni. And then we also, in the fall, winter, spring, have a weekly Wednesday series called Rhythms and Brews, which is at Gibson.
That's
So,
at Gibson. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a great opportunity for anybody that wants to, kind of just maybe dip your toe into to Mile,
Yep.
and maybe doesn't have the huge crowds because
Right.
Is College Avenue? I forget. Is College Avenue closed?
We don't
during
close
Mile?
it.
Okay.
There's one area by Houdini Plaza that's closed
Okay.
on Appleton Street, that would be. But other than that, it's open. People can walk on the sidewalks. But I completely get, too, that some people just aren't don't
Right.
like crowds.
Sure.
So.
Sure. So it's a great opportunity throughout the year to go to a Mile.
Yep.
Mile. So is it the same rules that they can't do cover songs at those?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
little bit looser in the other, like, throughout the year events.
Okay.
But yeah, during the Mile, they actually sign basically an agreement
Okay.
saying that they won't. A few always slip through the cracks,
Sure,
but
sure.
there's some licensing things behind that too.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
For anyone on the fence, why should people volunteer for a Mile of Music?
that's a great question too. I think if you're into supporting the community and community events, events like this don't happen without volunteers, and that's not exclusive to our event. So I would kind of say that for any event, if you
Sure.
enjoy an event or you want to see these events continue, volunteering is a great way to contribute, especially if you're not able to financially too.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else that we should know about Milo Music that we maybe didn't cover that you want to touch on?
I think maybe just that everyone can kind of create their own experience, which is something that's really unique about it. Kind of what we were just saying before with the different venues. One thing I always recommend is like the Hilton Hotel, for example, has 5 venues within, maybe 6 now, within that hotel. So if you wanted to just go there, sit in air conditioning, then go outside, then come back in the
Sure.
AC,
Yeah.
you have 6 different opportunities, all with different vibes. Same goes for Lawrence. We have 3 different venues on the Lawrence campus,
Okay.
which the East End is usually a little bit less crowded in terms of walking. So if you're, concerned about that, that's a good place to be. But there's
Okay.
a lot of different ways to create your own adventure.
Sure.
Yep.
Do you work throughout the year on Milo Music
Yes.
to create so it's less chaotic at the end or
Yeah.
whatever, just to
Yep.
work with people and artists and stuff like
Our
that?
whole
So-
team does work throughout the year, so
Okay.
it's become a year-round thing. Pretty much right away, it was kind of like, okay, we can do certain things in the fall to make it
Sure.
easier on ourselves in the summer.
Okay.
So, yep.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
So is that it? That's
well,
the
I'm sure
mile
it's
in
not
a
it,
kind of a
but-
nutshell or whatever. That's
Yeah.
what we can think of right now.
Yep, I
Okay.
think so.
Do you like apples? I forgot to ask.
Oh, I do.
You do? Okay.
Gala.
Gala.
Yep,
Oh,
that's my
really?
favorite.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
Excited for apple season after Mile.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. We will be right back.
Awesome.
We're back.
We are back.
We're
yes.
back. That was fascinating.
It was.
And I did not know.
Morning.
I did not know that they did anything on Lawrence Lawn in front of.
Yeah, I
Main
think
hall
so.
there.
I think if you're standing at the chapel looking at Lawrence University, I believe it's to the right.
Okay.
Like when you go down Drew Street, it's on the
Oh,
left
it's
hand
not
side
on.
there, I believe.
It's not facing college.
It is facing college.
facing college.
Yes, yes.
I might check that out. Well, I'll see who's playing.
I've seen it plenty of times, but any time that I would drive by it or whatever, it was so hot outside and there was
Yeah,
almost
but-
no shade. So I'm like,
Which I wouldn't do, but
find it
I
indoor.
think she said that might also do it at night there.
Right.
When the temperature
Correct.
might be.
a little bit more manageable.
This
Yes.
is also my problem with Art of the Park. I have to go first thing in the morning.
right,
Otherwise, it's just too much.
right.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
I mean, I've attended Milo Music
Right.
many times, and I really love the event. I love live music. My girlfriend and I go to a lot of the Jones Park, down in Jones Park.
Is it
live
not as hot
music.
there, or is there shade?
I mean, it starts at about 6 o'clock or 6:30 or
okay.
something like that, so it's a little bit later
In
in
the
the day,
morning.
so it's
in
more
the evening.
Yes, and they
Yeah.
have beverages there.
And
so.
do you use the app, or do you just know that it exists?
I don't use the app myself,
Okay.
but I knew that it existed. I went with a former radio host. I was like, I'm just gonna ride your coattails because you know all about this event. You know how to use the app. So I'm just gonna follow along and just.
And he did a good job as a
sponge
tour
it.
guide.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was awesome.
that
It was so incredible how he used the app and said, all right. So I just got a text that says that we have to go to Gibson Hall right now because
Good app.
we're gonna watch. Yeah,
You tell it
Right.
what you want to see, and it tells you when to go.
right. That's right.
The problem I have is, who do I want to see? Because I don't know any of these people.
Right, right. So,
But the app lets you listen to some of their songs.
right
Via
right.
Spotify.
And and we have played in the store here.
Milo
we played
Music.
Milo Music. Yeah.
Spotify list?
Yeah.
So,
it's
if something
it's
catches
really
your
cool.
ear, you can figure out who it is and then
Right.
maybe go see them.
Right,
It's a
yes.
fascinating thing.
Yes.
12 years.
Yes,
12 years.
yes.
1.2 miles.
Right. You were listening,
I was.
probably because she said it, not I said it.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't listen to what you say.
Right. Right.
With you, I multitask.
Yes.
Listen, ignore, and forget all at the same time.
What?
Yeah. I want to talk about something called the Meat Market Mailer. Please
do?
tell me all about it as quick as you can.
So it's Meat Market Mailer is an electronic mail that you get, an email that you get twice a week.
Twice a week?
Yes. So on Sundays you get the weekly lunch menu and a Monday Tuesday special.
Cool.
On preview, as well as on Wednesday, just like this morning, you get the weekly specials Wednesday through Saturday, and they all have little tidbits, little jokes, little maybe expanding on a product or two a week. So you're pretty well informed. So you don't.
I think there's also a link to this very program.
Yeah.
And if I opened it this morning, the one I got, and I think there was a link to make a reservation, an appointment for the blood drive.
Yes.
We have
Yes,
here.
that's correct.
And how do you sign up for this?
So on our website, jacobsmeatmarket.com, on the right-hand side is a little box there. Yep, right there.
Thank you
so
for
you just
pointing
put
that
your
out.
email address in there and click subscribe, and then you are a part of the club.
But what's the cost?
free.
For free?
Free, yes.
You're reading my mind.
Yes.
Meat Market Mailer, weekly specials, but I can't do them unless you have a joke
Yes.
for me.
So what do you call a group of whales playing instruments?
Oh, we both have instrument jokes. How odd. A group
Yeah.
of whales playing
It
instruments.
has nothing to do with a tuba, I'll tell you that much.
I was going to say, I don't know. What do you call a group of whales?
An orca straw.
An orchestra. An
Yeah.
orchestra.
Yeah.
Oh, orca. Okay, I get it. I think you don't have to explain it.
Oh, okay.
I understand.
Okay. Or draw a picture.
What do you call a piano playing cow?
Piano playing cow.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
A musician.
Oh, yes. Yes,
It's a
of
musical
course.
theme today.
Yes,
we didn't
right.
plan that.
We didn't.
That was just
For a mile of music?
happy accident.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Happy accident. What's your
The
first
specials.
one there?
Yes,
Specials.
so we have lean and meaty pork steaks.
Pork steaks.
Yes,
That can't be the right price.
that is the right price.
Really?
Yes.
I've
yes.
seen these and they look fantastic.
Yes,
They're
a lot of people
only
really
$2.99
enjoy them. Yes, yes. So we have the regular cut, the thick cut, great for grilling and sharing, sometimes shareable size, as well as the stuffed.
As well as stuffed.
Yes.
I have a picture here of non-stuffed.
Right, that's
Non-stuffed.
just the regular cut.
Right, so you can get a regular cut or thick.
Yes.
And if you want, they can take a thick cut, slice it, and stuff it with
Yes.
stuffing.
Right.
How
right.
do you cook
We
a
actually
stuffed
have those already
now
in
you
the
have-
case.
they're
Yes.
in the case,
Yes.
I see that.
So those are typically baked in the oven.
Baked
I
in
would
the
put
oven.
them in like a cake pan, just like a stuffed pork chop.
Okay.
Some people wrap them. You could wrap them in aluminum foil and then put them on the grill, but that's typically like too hot of a surface.
Plus you need
and
a
too-
grill for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's that.
But I like pork. You like pork?
I like pork.
You
yeah.
like pork?
Yeah.
I like pork. What's next?
The next one is Jacob's Own Ring Bologna,
Oh, my favorite.
on sale for $5.99 a pound.
I thought I liked bologna before I was introduced to Jacob's Meat Market.
Yes.
And then one day, I mean, I had never tried it.
Right.
Because
From
I know what bologna is.
Right,
You
right.
were cutting it up behind the counter and offered me a sample.
Yes.
The best bologna on the planet.
Yes, I agree.
So that's the only bologna I can eat now. You've ruined
Yeah.
me for bologna.
So we have it in the ring.
Yeah.
Comes in plain and garlic, just like that there. We also have big bologna. Big bologna for like sandwiches. So you can put it in a sandwich like
That you get sliced?
that you get sliced
Okay.
behind the counter. Yeah.
And that's the same bologna?
Yes.
Made here?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same. It's the same bologna, just in a different form.
Different form.
Yes.
Now I have to try that.
Yes.
Because I would like a sandwich, but that's kind of hard to do with the, because first of all,
You
if
don't have to have a grill for
if
it.
you're slicing the ring bologna,
Yes.
so even if you're thinking I'm going to make a sandwich, you're eating it as you're slicing
Right.
it. So
Right. Yeah.
Doesn't
and
work.
you need so many slices of those
Right.
tinier
You
ones
can't
to
keep
make
up.
us. Yeah,
I can't
right,
keep up.
Right.
Where
yes.
are we going?
So next is USDA choice sirloin tip roast.
Sirloin tip roast.
Yes, for
I remember
$6.99
these.
a pound, yes.
$6.99 a pound, and they come in different sizes.
Yes. The whole ones are typically around 3 to 5 pounds, but you can get a smaller portion if you like.
Okay.
If you don't have such a large family or just don't need so much. Yeah. So $6.99 a pound.
$6.99 a pound.
Yes.
And how would you cook that? Would you grill that?
I would not grill
You
it.
would not grill it.
So the thing about that versus like a chuck roast, they're both beef roasts, but the sirloin tip roast is great for cooking to like a medium rare and then slicing it, so you can do like a French dip. Or something like that. Versus you don't do it low and slow like a chuck roast that
you don't
shreds
do it.
apart.
Okay.
Correct.
That's the chuck
Because
roast.
it's a little bit leaner, so it's
Okay.
not going to have as much fat, so it's not going to stay.
So you're doing that in the oven
Yes.
until it's done to
Medium
your
rare.
satisfaction, and then you're going to slice it and make sandwiches.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, send me a text. I'll be
Or
right
you can
there.
or you can slice it and put a little gravy over the top of it, and put it over mashed potatoes or noodles or something.
This sounds good.
Yes.
You do this to me every week, don't
Yes,
you?
right.
Where are we going? Door County?
Door County cherry marinated boneless and skinless chicken breasts.
They're boneless and skinless.
Yes.
And they're cherry marinated.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about this marination process.
You wanted to, or you
I'm
are gonna?
going to.
Oh,
I wanted
okay.
to. I'm thinking about it. I remembered, and I'm going to right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
You marinate the chicken breasts here
We do. Yes.
with
Kevin
the
does.
cherry marinade that you get from Door County.
Yes.
I could do this at home, right? You just take a bowl, put the breasts, and pour the marinade on it. Or do you do things differently?
So we do things differently.
Oh.
We take 40 pounds of chicken breasts,
I wouldn't do that.
and you wouldn't do that?
I don't need 40 pounds.
Are you sure?
Not in one sitting.
Invite your closest friends over.
All two of them.
The both of them, yes, yes. So we put it in a vacuum tumbler. So we put the marinade in there, and we put the chicken breast in there, and then we pull a vacuum on it so that it opens the pores of the chicken up, so that the marinade
Yeah, I can't
gets
do that at home.
more intensely in there. Yeah. So it would be probably like marinating it in a Ziploc bag for maybe 4 or 5 days or something like that.
Oh,
so
and you accomplish
until it
this
get
quicker.
all the way. Yes, yes. And then we tumble them for about 45 minutes so that it gets all the way through.
All
Yes.
the way through.
Yes.
And they look delicious, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Fantastic.
Wow. Yes.
I have not had one.
You haven't?
Have you?
I have, yes.
And you like chicken?
They're delicious. Yes.
How do you serve it? Is it easy to overpower the cherry flavoring?
So it is a pretty potent.
It is potent,
cherry.
okay.
Yes, flavor. It's fork tender though because of the marinade,
Right.
because of the process that we do for the tumbling and stuff like that. So it is.
I mean,
it is
I'm
fork
thinking
tender.
grill it and put it on top of a salad of some kind.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
that
can
you
do that.
can really taste the cherry flavor.
Yes.
Because if you just covered it in a sauce of some kind, I don't know how intense the cherry flavoring is,
Right,
but
right.
probably would be changed.
Yeah,
If not-
I typically when I'm doing it, I just typically will just roast it in the oven because I typically do this on like during the cooler months. So I would just bake it in the oven and just have it for a meat, not.
Oh, just no sauce.
Yeah,
nothing.
I wouldn't
Okay.
do a sauce. I wouldn't do it
Oh,
over.
and it tastes good that way.
It's delicious.
And you
yes.
can say, oh, this tastes like Door County cherry.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Side of green beans.
Guess what I'm going to try
Yes.
tomorrow night.
Right.
Tomorrow night. Where are we
right.
going?
Okay. So next is frozen baby beef liver.
Yeah. What is that?
$3.99 a pound. It's just beef liver. It's always been
It's
called.
not from babies, is it?
No, it's always been called baby beef liver. And
Because
to
it's-
make it sound more tender, I think, because you just say beef liver and it sounds like, oh, it's tough.
Yeah, beef liver is a big piece of tough leather
Right.
that can
That-
taste good
Yes.
if it's
yes.
cooked correctly.
Correct, yes.
But I get these
think
smaller
the-
pieces.
I think the leather persona or whatever is because they used to cook the snot out of it and it just ended
Yeah.
up like shoe leather. It doesn't
Yeah.
start like shoe leather,
Doesn't
but
start
it
like-
ended up
okay.
like that. Yeah. So a lot of people, what they do is they take bacon, they fry the bacon up, and then they put some onions in there, and then caramelize those or
Are you
whatever.
making me hungry?
And then they take the liver and they dump it in egg or milk, and then they do it in flour, and then they just finish it off
Now that I haven't tried.
after
But I
the
have
bacon
had-
grease is in there, and then the onions.
Well,
are
I
in
would.
there. Yes.
You could actually eat leather that way.
Right, correct.
I
Very
have
tasty
had
leather.
liver and onions, and it is delicious.
Yeah.
It is delicious.
Yeah. So we have it on sale this week for $3.99 a pound. They're about 4-ounce portions, and they're about a pound in the freezer.
Okay,
So how many
4.
pieces would be? Yeah, very good. Very
If you're
good.
talking about those kind of pounds,
Yes.
pounds of gold are different. There's 12 ounces, something like that. I don't know. And those are Troy ounces. But these are imperial ounces? I don't know. I'm making this up. Let's
Yeah,
move right along.
yeah,
We're going somewhere. Oh, one of
No,
my
we're fast.
favorite products.
Yes, Jacob's own maple breakfast links.
So good. These
Yes.
are- Last time we had breakfast links on this program,
Yes.
you said, divulged, is that sometimes you cook extras just for snacks and you leave them
Yeah.
like out on the counter because they go so quickly.
Right.
And I bought some
You did.
with that idea in mind.
Okay.
I bought 6.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, I'm going to have
6?
I bought 6, and I thought, okay, I'm going to have 3 for breakfast, but I'm going to cook all 6 so that
Yeah.
I have 3 more throughout the day.
Right.
Now, I will just keep them in the refrigerator because I don't know how long.
Sure.
Did any of them make it through breakfast?
Oh,
Not
probably
a
not.
single.
Yeah, right.
I need to buy
That's
more
the
than
thing.
6.
Yes,
That's the problem.
Yes. And the nice thing about cooking them all at once is that if you get 12 of them, let's say next time,
Yeah.
you don't want to fire it back up, fire your griddle or whatever back up, and then cook 6 more. You just want to have them just so you just grab and go.
Yeah. I probably need a dozen a day.
Yeah, probably.
I could easily eat a dozen a day because
Yes.
they are that good.
Yes,
They are that good.
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, $4.99 a pound, which is a great price.
About how many per pound?
There's about 16 or 18
okay.
per pound.
So
Yeah,
less than a pound if I get a dozen.
yeah, that's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Oh, we have brats of the week.
Yes, we
Is that
do.
where we're going? I think we have a new thing here.
We do.
Broads of the week. Broads of the week.
Somebody's been
Where are we going? Where are we going?
somebody's been busy.
Who are we today?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Apparently
So-
sauerkraut.
Yes. So the first one is Jacob's Own sauerkraut brats.
Now I like sauerkraut
Yes.
and I like brats.
Yes.
Am I going to like a sauerkraut brat?
You will. You will.
Okay.
It's not overpowering. It's just instead of putting the sauerkraut on top, that's it's kind of a
I like sauerkraut,
Hard-
but
hard
you
step.
it does take some steps.
right.
You have to.
Plus, also, you buy a thing of sauerkraut and you don't always use the whole thing, so
I
you might
always
as well
use
just
the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you might as well just get the
But
sauerkraut
I
brat.
can see
so
how
you don't
that,
have to-
especially depending on the batch,
Size,
the
yeah.
size of the batch you
Yes.
buy. Because I do like sauerkraut.
Yes.
But I think we mentioned this recently, is that I'm always looking for ways to consume more sauerkraut.
Right.
I'm going to have to try one of
It's
these.
the avenue. Or what did you call
Oh
it?
yeah, it's just a conduit.
Conduit. Okay.
Like the
okay.
things you pick up on.
Yes.
Do you want to go to the next brat or you want that
Sure.
tune again?
No, we're good. I think. So the next is the chicken fajita
Chicken
brats.
fajita brats. Now
Yes.
this is not a pork brat.
Correct.
This is a chicken brat.
That's the chicken
that
part
has
of it, yes.
visited Mexico at some point in its life.
See.
And what is not a pork brat at all.
So it's a chicken brat
Yeah.
with fajita seasoning.
seasoning.
Yes, yes. So a lot of people think, is it really spicy? It's not really spicy. It's just a fajita seasoning.
What's a fajita seasoning?
It's like taco, but maybe a little bit more powerful.
More powerful,
I guess.
Okay. Is this one of the things you could put in a tortilla with
Yes.
some sour cream? Oh.
Yes.
This, by the
The
way,
funny things you remember
is
too.
the second brat today for the brat fry. We have
Yes.
pork or chicken fajita.
Yes.
I guess I'm going to have to try chicken. I've tried the taco.
Yes.
I'll have to try the chicken fajita.
Yeah. I think the nice thing about having these on the brat fry is that you can try it because you don't know if you want to
Buy a four.
buy.
Or
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. For the event this weekend or whatever, you're having
Yeah.
family over or whatever. So.
But I like chicken fajitas, so
Yeah.
and I like brats. So this
Yeah.
is chicken fajita, but in a brat shape.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Really
yeah.
not a brat. It's
Correct.
just brat shaped.
Right. Right.
That's all we got.
I think so.
That's
yes.
plenty, isn't it?
Yes.
I have special days if you'd like
You
to
do.
hear about
I
them.
would love to hear all about them.
One of them is today, and I wrote this down specifically so I could ask you, which you may not know. Today, Wednesday, July 16th, is National Corn Fritter Day.
Corn fritter day.
Yeah. Do you know what a corn fritter is?
I do not.
I don't either.
Oh. Well, let's all go celebrate
It's
and figure out what
probably
it is.
something made with corn, maybe fried in oil in a frying pan. Because
I mean,
I'm
I've heard
thinking
of an-
fritter.
I've heard of an apple fritter, which is a donut,
Yeah,
like a donut.
I think that gets the name because of the shape. I don't know. Someone
Okay.
in the comments might tell us what a corn fritter
Well,
is.
I haven't seen any comments from Kim. So Kim,
Kim's not here tonight.
Kim, our
Otherwise he-
technology specialist or
Our research.
research, yeah,
Assistant,
R&D.
This Friday, July 18th, is National Hot Dog Day.
Hot dog day.
And I mention this because you do have hot dogs in
We
the
do.
freezer.
Yes.
But it's a perfect opportunity to try wieners instead of hot dogs.
Yeah.
Because once you have them, I don't like
Once
hot
you have
dogs.
a wiener.
I can eat
How
a
does
hot
that go?
dog. If a hot dog is the only thing available, I can eat one. But I
Sure.
can only eat one.
Sure.
Because after that, it's kind of, But the wieners, I could eat several of them.
Right,
Especially
right.
if I get them with sauerkraut.
So we went to. It was funny because we went to
this funny?
the Timber Atlas game, and it was 10-cent hot dogs day. There were
10 cent.
they were wiener dog races, which I don't know what the correlation with wiener dogs and 10-cent hot dogs is, but so we went there and I had one, and there was a customer that I saw there, and he came in like the following week and he was like, "So how many hot dogs did you throw down?" And I was like, I
Even
barely
at a dime
choked
a piece.
one
Yeah, it's
down.
one.
Yeah,
And if you're really hungry, one can taste okay.
It
But
can,
I
yeah.
can never go to number two.
right,
because-
right.
By
Especially
then-
when you're used to these
Yeah, by then I
delicious
could-
ones.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you like hot dogs, that's fine.
Sure.
I just prefer the wieners.
Yeah, yeah.
And this Sunday, July 20th, is National Ice Cream Day. But isn't that every day?
For you,
For
yes,
me, that's
chocolate
every-
ice cream. If if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite. We did a contest last week. Do you remember the prize?
$15 Jacobs Meat Market gift card.
Oh, how convenient.
Yes.
I have some comments that I'm going to read.
Okay.
Darren said, we asked what career you might have if
Right.
you didn't
Right.
run this place. Darren says, I would say Luke would have been a used car salesman
Of course.
or the mayor of Appleton.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I suppose they're closely related?
Well, I mean, we could get him back on the show and figure it out.
We just look at his resume. Maybe that's how we
Right.
started. Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
Someone wants to say hi.
Hey, Mike. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Good to see you.
So,
See me a little more if my house sells.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck. Gonna move closer?
Huh?
Gonna move in with Mark Jr.?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck.
I wonder if he's got in the room.
you make the room. Sylvia says, tried your selections of cheeses. They are excellent in taste. And we don't talk about the cheeses a lot, but you have a lot of cheeses.
We do have,
you
yes.
a lot of
Yes. A plethora of
a
them.
plethora.
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't think that word was ever going to come out of my mouth, did you?
I never thought about it.
Oh, okay.
I never thought.
Okay.
Do you know what it means?
No.
Okay.
I just heard it once.
Can you spell it? That's it even better.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Kathleen said high quality meats and I love their deli items. And Nathan says, hi Luke. I assume you know that.
That might have been the gentleman that I saw at the Timberellis game.
Oh, hi Luke, you hot dog eating man.
Yeah, right.
And the winner of this week, with this week's contest, is Sue, whose only comment was comedian. So that's at least two people that think you could have been a comedian.
Yes.
Because
That's right. Somebody else.
you're funny.
Yeah.
Looking.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
Sue,
beat you to it.
congratulations, Sue. My father used to say, but looks aren't everything.
Right. Right.
3 weeks, come on down. You've got 3 weeks to come pick up your $15 gift card to Jacobs Meat Market. You said you wanted to do another contest.
Absolutely.
What will the prize be?
$15 Jacobs Meat Market gift
And
card.
how would a person enter this amazing contest?
This amazing contest can be entered by simply commenting
Comment.
wherever they're watching, either on
pretty
YouTube
simple.
or Facebook. Yes.
Yeah,
Just go to the, add your comment or whatever here. You can comment anything you like.
Anything
You can comment,
hi, Luke.
nice,
Apparently, hi,
nice
Luke.
plaid shirt,
Nice plethora.
Tweedledee or
Plethora.
the brain.
Plethora, just say plethora.
Yeah, or spell plethora. Yes, you could do that.
Or if you need
Or if you
a
need something,
suggestion.
yes. Your favorite Mile of Music memory, or your favorite Mile of Music venue.
Do you have either one of those?
I think it was that year that I went with
So the
old
whole
radio.
event,
Yeah,
because you had a tour guide.
right. Because I was just along for the ride.
A knowledgeable tour guide on any subject
Right.
is very valuable.
Yes.
Very
yes.
valuable.
And McFleshman's has a really good vibe, and it has a really good venue, I think, for listening to music.
This is a bar
This is a bar, yes.
on College
It's a
Ave?
brewery.
A brewery.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know where it is.
It's right by the Wells Fargo.
Okay.
It might be Appleton Street.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you too. Thank you.
Wells Fargo is not exactly on College.
No, it's adjacent to College.
Okay.
So I think it's Appleton Street that cuts through off
Could
of
be,
College. Yes,
yeah.
it's one block off of College. Yeah.
This is probably why
So-
I've never seen it.
Yes.
I don't usually go that way
Right.
for any reason.
Right. Yes.
But
yes.
that's your favorite
but it's a
venue.
It's a great venue. Yes.
Did you discover a band at Mile of Music that you still like to this day? And
There have been plenty of bands that when I hear it on the radio, I'm like, oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah, I
I remember
remember.
listening to this.
but
yeah.
you don't like play them in your car. You don't have an
Not
album.
necessarily. No.
That's
But
all
they
I've
are.
got.
But they are great. It's a great venue. I really like it. Like I said, we like to go and watch live
How
music.
crowded
so.
is it?
Different venues are.
The one you're talking
crowded.
about. Fleischmann's or Fleischmann's.
McFleischmann's, yeah.
McFleischmann's.
It can be kind of crowded, but I think they limit it to the capacity.
Is it
that
standing room only at some point?
Typically,
Typically?
yeah. And I like to stand anyway. I don't, because then you can see. I'm a little bit taller, so I can see usually over people, and so it's really nice to be able to
You like to stand over
visually
people?
see. Yes. Haven't you noticed?
Yes, I have.
But it's very nice to look at the artists and stuff like that while they're performing, rather than just listen to music. I mean, it's great to listen to it.
I
But
guess you could stand outside and still hear them.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm going to
So-
try the lawn because I feel like that can't really get crowded.
Right.
Unless everybody packs themselves in. But
Correct,
So I've
yeah.
seen the lawn. It's quite large.
Yes.
It's quite
Yes,
large.
it is.
That's all I've
It
got.
is.
Maybe you want to read your lines?
All right. Thank you very much for watching. Join us again next week for another live broadcast of BSTV. Like this video. Please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, come visit us at the corner of Law and Pacific, where we are open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m.
That's it.
I think so. Yes.
See you next week.
Have a great week.
It's BSTV, the finest meat cast you ever did see. Absolutely silly, absolutely grand, with wisecracks flying and the meat close at hand. So tune in, watch out, laugh till you drop, and don't forget to stop by the shop. It's Luke and Eric and a carnivore crowd, serving up meat news tasty and loud.